Hello. Welcome again back to the channel. We got another challenge video for you guys today. I'm sorry this one took so long. I'll get into it during the video on why this took a very long time to make. Last time we decided to play Pokemon Black version without ever entering a Pokemon Center. So I thought today, let's go back to the hardcore Nuzlocke Monotype style videos. Today we're going to be seeing if we can beat Pokemon Platinum version only using normal type Pokemon. So the thing about this challenge that's going to be super difficult is getting past Rourke. Rourke is a rock type gym leader who resists all our moves. And with a level 14 level cap, unfortunately, we will not have Barrel with water gun. So huge L for me. But if you guys don't know what a hardcore Nuzlocke is, we're going to be playing on set mode. No items in battle, only held items are allowed. And we are going to be playing with a level cap. The level cap is the next gym leader's highest level Pokemon. So, for example, the first gym leader level 14, second gym leader level 22. I'm pretty sure off the top of my head. But I'm sorry this took a long time. We're currently just going through the beginning portions of the game. I like to go through this because I feel that I have been very quiet about a lot of stuff, so let me just get some stuff out the way. I run a sports account uh, on Instagram called South Beach Falcon. I also have a YouTube channel now called South Beach Falcon where I'm going to be doing sports stuff. Forever, I have kind of had split personalities between everything I do, between sports and Pokemon, so I felt like I'm going to separate them off, and I would upload on one for a while, and then I wouldn't upload on another one for a while. So for me, I think now my official schedule is I'm going to try to do a let's play episode every Wednesday, and then I'm going to try to do a challenge video every Saturday, and then for the sports account, we're going to be uploading Monday and Friday over there. So I'll leave all that in the description if you guys like sports and want to go check that out. I'd greatly appreciate it. If not, let's talk about Emerald Kaizo real quick. I mentioned this in the Radical Red video. I've been taking forever to get that series out, and I think I'm finally ready. So I'm gonna have the last three parts. Those will be released next week. They will be released from Tuesday to like Friday, and then I will have a set stream date, which I will reveal in my next challenge video. But without further ado, enough with the updates. Let's get to the challenge. So we got a Bidoof and we got a Starly. The two normal types of the route. One of the big things with hardcore Nuzlocke is you can only catch one Pokemon per route. I don't normally do that for these kind of challenges because normally I can use all the help I can get. So you just saw it right there. I attempted this for like 2 weeks, guys. So it got to the point where for the first gym leader, I would just reset every single time. So call it what you want. Maybe I failed the hardcore Nuzlocke, but guys, it was taking me forever to get this done. And then I would like lose a gym battle, and then I'd have to go all the way back to get it done. I'd have to go back to the beginning portion, play through the whole beginning version again. So it got to like attempt 15, 20, and I was like, you know what? I want this video to come out because it was taking me 2 weeks, and I was getting frustrated playing through the early game over and over again. So I just decided that, you know what? For the first gym leader, I am just going to go with it. So we ended up being the first gym leader. We cheated a little bit, but I didn't want to raise the level cap. I'd much rather just beat it. And so this is the only time that you guys will see that I do cheat just a little bit because I don't reset over and over again. I'm just amazed right now. I can just imitate what I'm doing right now. I'm like, oh my fucking god, finally. Holy fuck, I beat this fucking bastard finally. But now, we're gonna evolve Bidoof into Bibarel. Uh, this episode of my Pokemon Challenge is not gonna be as heavily edited because I feel that a lot of times, I'm just talking and then I'm like, oh, I'm talking about this and then next battle, then I'm talking, then the next battle. Like, I'm getting a little bit of a break, but also I'm giving myself more of an opportunity to try to explain everything. So it's a little bit longer, so I hope you guys enjoy. So right here, I get 2 Rock Smash defense drops, and then I come in with the Staravia and then intimidate it. So it was a very easy fight. Mars, I mean, she has red hair. If you guys have seen the tier list video, it's pretty nice. But we're going to be catching our 3rd Pokemon now. Our 3rd Pokemon is going to be Baneri. Lopunny is a solid Pokemon. The only issue is that we don't have Mega Lopunny in this game, and it's not part fighting like in most ROM hacks. However, I name it Lola. Some of y'all are some sick fucks out there, I can't lie. But for Gardenia, the strategy is simple. We're going to use Staravia, and we're just going to go ahead and spam Wing Attack. Now, right here, the Turtwig uses Reflect, so what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to just go ahead and spam double teams while he's doing it. What I didn't know at the time and what I didn't remember is that the Rose Raid has Magical Leaf, so me spamming didn't really end up mattering. But I wanted to do it just to waste turns of Reflect, that way I could 2-shot the Rose Raid. Hopefully I don't get Paralysis Act, I don't, and then I end up beating her, which is going to lead us into the Jupiter fight, which is going to be very, very difficult, much harder than our Gardenia fight. We got the Forest Badge from her. I still can't believe she's 14, like I couldn't believe it when I looked it up. Y'all should check out the waifu tier list video. It was great, the updated one. But here's Jupiter. So the big thing with Jupiter is that I have to keep my Pokemon below level 26 so I can still get through Fantina. But right here for Jupiter, we're just going to go ahead, set up Defense Curl, and try to roll out. Luckily, we don't get crit. If I get crit, I'm kind of screwed. I didn't really think about that. But luckily, we're able to beat Jupiter, which will lead us to Fantina. So Fantina is going to be very, very difficult. So for the Fantina fight, I decided to pick up our 4th Pokemon, which is Eevee. Yes, Eevee is a normal type. I can't evolve it. It makes it kind of like useless without its Z move, or without the Let's Go Eevee moveset, but hey, it could be useful. It may be. Not really. Here's Fantina. The Fantina fight's super difficult. Miss Magius is so broken. It's so broken. But we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna spam Wing Attack on the Duskull. By the way, that Duskull has Will-O-Wisp. Thank goodness it didn't use it. Like I couldn't understand why it didn't. So right here, we're gonna get into a very big stall fest with this Haunter. So this Haunter has Sucker Punch, which is the only move that can hit normal types for damage per se. So right here, we're just switching through because we're trying to waste that, and we're also trying to waste Confuse Ray. Right here, I make a mistake. I accidentally switch into Barrel. So by accident, I get 2 Pokemon put to sleep, but it's okay. So right here, we're just spamming out the Confuse Rays. We're trying to get rid of all its Confuse Ray power points because once we do that, and then it's out of Sucker Punches, then all we gotta really do is just try to Wing Attack it. So that's the plan. I made another mistake here. Uh, I gotta be honest, I was just trying to speed through this. We're trying to spam Double Team also. My thought process with spamming Double Team would be that if the AI could see that I had a bunch of evasiveness and it saw a 100% accuracy move in Magical Leaf, a move that never misses, it would go for Magical Leaf over Psybeam, which would do more damage to me. Obviously, it can't go for Shadow Ball. And I don't think it would go for Hypnosis. No, Confuse Ray, my bad. It wouldn't go for Confuse Ray because it's seeing that Magical Leaf is the move that it's guaranteed to hit. So that was my plan with setting up all these double teams. So let's see if it ended up working. Here comes Miss Magius, and it's using Magical Leaf. So my plan worked perfectly. However, we're not out of the woods yet. We get crit right there, which is huge. And then right here, luckily she starts spamming Psybeam, and we end up winning the fight. Super lucky fight. I don't know if we deserved it, but hey, we got it done. So as you're going to notice real quick, I don't show the rival fights. Guys, the rival fights are super easy. And I'll only show the ones that are like kind of semi-hard or the important ones. So I don't end up showing it. Our Togepi egg ended up hatching, and then we catch Chansey. Chansey is overpowered. Blissey's great. Blissey has so much HP. It's one of the best Pokemon, and we name it God because that's what it deserves. Togepi, our Togepi is terrible. Our Togepi got Hustle, which is horrid. It's a horrid Togepi. In fact, it's like severely less useful than a Serene Grace one. And then finally we get Porygon. So Porygon, I don't have the evolutions for it, so that's going to suck. Right here we got Maylene. So Maylene is, once again, going to be a little bit of an easier fight. We have Aerial Ace with Staravia. The big issue is the Lucario. The Lucario can kill my Staravia, especially now that I'm at -1 speed. It can kill me with a Force Palm, most likely. So right here, I switch on to Bibarel. Luckily, he goes for Rock Tomb again. Then I go for the Hyper Fang to finish it off. But here comes the Lucario. I go ahead right here. I'm going to sack my Eevee. Again, Eevee's not very useful at this point. And then I'm going to go for Yawn on my Togetic. And then I barely live. And then I go ahead and I'm looking around. I'm like, I'm going to switch out and to Bibarel. Bibarel is something that I'm willing to give up here. Although, looking back, probably wasn't the smartest thing. So right here, I'm going to spam a couple jump kicks. And we beat Maylene, despite the fact that she is a fighting type gym leader. However, we did lose Eevee in the process. So continuing on, with Porygon, which I named Polygon, I unfortunately do not have PK Hex up, and I didn't make it to where trade evolutions I didn't make it to where there were the trade evolutions could just evolve while leveling up or just with the item. So no Porygon 2, no Porygon Z, which makes it so useless. I need to stop doing this to myself. Right here we have a giraffe and we name it Patrick. Yes, Patrick, this one is actually a giraffe. Shout out if you get the reference. But now with our new giraffe rig, it gives me some confidence that we can go up and beat Crasher Wake. I don't know what I'm doing right there. Alright, here we go. Crasher Wake's going to be kind of difficult because Gyarados is an Intimidate Mon. So right here I lead off with Porygon. Basically, I don't want my Staraptor to take an Intimidate. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use Aerial Ace. Why I didn't use Return is beyond me. So, I don't know what I was doing there. But we're going to go ahead and we're use a couple of returns. Right here, I'm expecting an Ice Fang. So, I'm going to go out to my Bibarel, I'm pretty sure. Yep, there's my Bibarel. And then I'm going to start trying to chip away at it. I go for a Hyper Fang. Unfortunately, he gets a Crit Crunch. Now he's in a random move range. I believe right here I end up going into my Lopunny. Nope, I go into Blissey. So I go into Blissey hoping for the Brine, and I don't get it. Right here, I'm thinking I might be able to live one more, but I don't want to lose my Blissey to a crit. And then I get the Fence Drop, so I'm kind of in a tough pickle. I finally switch into Lopunny. I go for a return, and the return gets a crit and takes it out, luckily for me. Last up is Quagsire. Quagsire's Mudshot doesn't do a lot to me, so I can just go ahead and go for a couple returns. And then right here, my Lopunny falls asleep, so I gotta switch out. I go into Staraptor, expecting a Mudshot right here, and then I would have predicted correctly. Here comes a return, and I finish it off. By the way, real quick, in Veilstone Game Corner, you can get Silk Scarfs, and you can get the Metronome item. The Metronome item is big time. Every time you use a move, it does more damage, but you have to use it consecutively. It's kind of like having an item like Fury Cutter. Like, it does that. Right here, Cyrus is kind of a pushover. I show it because it's Cyrus, but honestly, I might just stop showing this fight pretty soon. It was very, very simple. We did all that for Cynthia. Met her grandmother, gave her the medicine, went up to Psyduck and gave that the medicine and all that. And she couldn't even be bothered to like give me her number. This is why even though Cynthia is the best, this is why we gotta watch out because she's trying to take advantage of you, and she does a very good job at it. But she doesn't take advantage of you the way you would want to be taken advantage of. Alright. Continuing with this rival fight. Right here, I don't know why I switch out into my Bibarel there. Honestly, I could have probably swept his entire team with Metronome Return. Again, Metronome, one of the best items in the game. Right here, I see with my Togetic, because I have Hustle, I kind of just made it to where it's a stall Pokemon, and I don't know if that was the best option. Leave it down in the comments below. Do you think this was the best option with Togetic? Right here, I go for close combat on the Empoleon. I got a perfect switch, by the way. Just want to note that. Like, shout out to the AI for making this much easier for me than I probably should have. Right here, we finally take out the Rose Raid, and we beat Gavin. I didn't give my rival a fancy name this time. Let's call him... I don't know. You guys come up with a nickname down in the description below. Here comes Byron. I have the Bibarel, however, the Magneton's a big issue, so I go for close combat on my Staraptor. It outspeeds, takes it out. Now, here's the Bastiodon. You're probably wondering why I went for Rock Smash there. Well, it's simple. This thing has Metal Burst. And if I hit it with a Surf, and I don't kill it, then it could kill me with Metal Burst. So I ended up shipping it down. Then I go for a bunch of Surfs. I luckily live in Earthquake from Steelix, and then I'm able to two-shot it right here with a Surf. Byron, super easy fight despite being a Steel-type gym leader, so you're starting to notice a trend. Normal types shouldn't really do well in this generation. Okay, during this Team Galactic boss run, we're gonna go ahead and discuss something else because, quite frankly, Saturn, Mars, they're not worth my time. Right here, Giraffe Freak's just gonna go for a bunch of psychics, and then we're gonna switch out to kill the Bronzor. Yeah, it's right here where I notice I actually have an issue with Bronzor. I don't have any like fire type moves, so eventually I am gonna teach my Blissey Flamethrower from the Veilstone Game Corner, but that won't come for a little bit. Uh, I watched the Legends Arceus Chronicles movie where they had Saturn and Mars. That was kind of cool. It was kind of, they're after Master Cyrus and everything. And, the amount of times I heard Master Cyrus in that freaking movie, I don't know. But then they caught like Heatran. That was kind of cool. Overall, it's kind of a cool movie. This Perugly is kind of an issue. Uh, the issue is that my level cap is 44, so I can't just. I'm like a couple levels over level, but I can't over level like a ton to take all of them out. So right here we teach Blissey Flamethrower finally, so I can take care of the Bronzors easier. This will also come in handy in the Elite Four potentially because Lucian has a Bronzong, and that might come in handy later. So here is Candace, the joke of all jokes. Right here, we go for a jump kick to take out the Sneasel. Here comes a Bomb Snow. Now, the thing is I would love to go into, what's that? I would love to go into my Blissey, but this thing has, I believe, a physical move. I didn't look it up. I probably should have, but I love a couple Focus Blasts, and I go for Wish for no reason, by the way. I don't know. I don't know why I did that. It was the dumbest move I could have done. So, I go into Blissey right here. My wish came true, and I got a whole 0 health from it. Again, what was I doing? Right here, we're going to just spam some flamethrowers, and who knew? I could have just done this instead. Instead of doing all that wish nonsense, I could have just done it. Right here, the Pilot's one goes for Earthquake, so nice prediction by me. I go for the return. I don't believe a close combat could kill, so I don't want my defense drop from Stone Edge. I wanted to give myself the best opportunity to live a crit, because if he low rolled, I could have lived. Right here, Frostlass has um, only special type moves. My Blissey can tank these very easily. However, we're going to get into a stall fest now, which is a big problem because this thing has double team. So, this is going to take a while. This is probably something that in the future I probably should edit out, but I wanted to take this opportunity to like catch my breath, talk a little bit to y'all because again, there's just been a lot of stuff going on. I'm in college. I'm starting my second semester, taking 15 credits this semester. So, got a heavy workload along with the sports channel. By the way, I was like dead to a bunch of crits there. I don't know what I was doing. I thought Blissey light screen for this fight, which ended up being a very good decision as we finally take out the Frostlass, beat Candace. Um, yeah. If y'all make a Candace joke in the description below, I will slightly respect you less, but I will also respect you more at the same time. Here's another Cyrus fight. I kind of started to notice that the Cyrus fights outside the last one, at least in this challenge, isn't really that difficult for me. Right here, I almost mess up because my Blissey could have gotten taken out there. I was just playing super dumb. So right here, I'm going to go into Toga Kiss. Bleh. And we're going to go for Yawn, and then we're going to go for Wish. I get crit again because for some reason I'm in love with this set. And then I go for Charm. So we're trying to lower the Crobat's attack because we don't want it spamming a bunch of Poison Fangs. I would rather have it go for Air Cutter. Air Cutter does less damage. So I can go back out on the Blissey. I'm going to heal its HP. Then I'm going to hit it with a couple Ice Beams. So because it's Charmed down, we get a high roll right there. And here comes the Honchkrow, which has a physical type Night Slash. So I'm very scared of that. Luckily, I can just go into Staraptor. It goes for Drill Peck. Must be looking for more damage, but return after a metronome boost is able to take it out. And then after this, Cyrus goes on, gives us the Master Ball. Unfortunately, I don't really have anything to use it on. So here is a Saturn fight. So once again, we are just going to use our Giraffe rig. However, the Golbat puts up a little bit more of a fight than I thought, so we end up going for Staraptor returns. Here comes Bronzor, and you know the drill. We're going to go into Blissey. Oh, prepare for the stall fest. Oh, man, playing stall is so boring. Don't do stall. Play hyper offensive, boys. Alrighty, here comes the Toxicroak. Toxicroak's going to get taken out by a couple aerial aces. However, it is going to poison me. So I am going to be forced to switch out afterwards. If, of course, that wasn't Saturn's last Pokemon. But fortunately, it was. You can tell that part wasn't scripted. Alright, here's the red chain stuff. And here is the most annoying double battle in the universe. As you guys know from my fire type run, if you guys have watched that. This fight's really simple. If your rival's Munchlax gets taken out immediately. If it doesn't, then you get kind of screwed over because this Munchlax sucks. Like, it's horrible. It's just a massive troll to have the Munchlax on your side. So right here, I'm going to spam a couple flamethrowers to get rid of one of the Bronzors. However, I get confused. I'm not looking for confusion hacks. I'm not looking for Night Slash crits. So I'm going to switch out, set up an Intimidate on the Skuntank. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to return on the Skuntank. Honestly, I considered using it on the Munchlax. I'm not going to lie. But right here, we just got to play the switch game. My Togekiss is burned here from a flamethrower, which sucks. So I end up just going for Yawn on the Skuntank. Because the Skunktank's obviously the biggest threat on the field. I'm going to go ahead here. And I'm going to go for Wish. Because I'm hoping that I live. And they finally take out the Munchlax. Thank you. Here comes the Raptor. Now, I don't know why, again, I'm into this whole Wish strategy. But I switch out to Staraptor just in case they end up hitting my Staraptor. It doesn't end up happening. So I guess I'm back to full on Staraptor. That's kind of useful. Right here, I misclick. I meant to take out the Skuntank, but taking out the Perugly worked out just fine for me. Close combat on the Perugly easily took it out. Right here, my rival's going to work because, again, once you take out the Munchlax, it's so easy. So right here, we're just kind of switching around. Here comes the Raptor. Now, the big thing for me is just going to be taking out the Skuntank, which luckily we end up doing. Now we're down to 2 Golbats, and the 2 Golbats are easier to take care of. However, as you can see, Sludge Bomb does a ton of damage right there. So, right here, I'm considering what to do. I end up switching out, and I end up going into Lopunny. Again, we're just switching out a ton, because I'm making sure that all my Pokemon stay alive. My rival can take care of a lot of this fight. Right here, I go into Big Barrel. It probably would have been smarter to go into Chansey, knowing that this is a special attacker. However, it goes for Poison Fang, so maybe Blissey wasn't the smart move, although I think Blissey could have easily lived. Right here, a couple Metal Claws, one Aqua Jet, and we finally beat the Mars and Jupiter fight. Low-key kind of getting carried by Barry, but hey, life happens. We actually named him Gavin. It was one of the default names. Here is our last Cyrus fight. We lead off with Houndoom, which we take out with a close combat, easy peasy. Here comes Weavile. Now with the Weavile, I am super concerned. This thing is a beast. So I go out to Big Barrel, and he gets a crit. So bye, Big Barrel. I needed a clean switch in the Lopunny, okay? And then we end up taking it out with a jump kick. Salute to Big Barrel. What a goat. What a god tier Pokemon. It did its job. It did it great. I would have never got through without him. So right here, I end up... that was just like a horrid move. That was just a horrid move on my part. But I needed to get the yawn off. And luckily, I ended up getting it. And then I end up going for a couple of returns to take it out. Why did I? That was just a play from hell right there. I mean, I risked it all right there. Right here, here comes the last Pokemon, which is Crobat, which I always tend to struggle with in these challenge runs. And their cross poison had poisoned me there. I would have lost my Togekiss there. So right here, I end up going for a couple Psychics with my Giraffe Rig. Unfortunately, he gets taken out. So right here, I'm in a bit of trouble. Lopunny is the last Pokemon that can potentially take a Cross Poison. I luckily live. I hit it with a return, and I finish off Cyrus. I should have leveled up my Pokemon a little bit more, but we lost Giraffe Rig and Big Barrel. Salute to those guys. They were goated. Not really. Except Big Barrel's goated, but Giraffe Rig, not so much. Volkner is kind of interesting. We're going to just spam signal beams with Porygon to start off this fight. Oh, it was great to use the Pokemon Center in this challenge, man. It was great. Right here, Jolteon's just going to spam a bunch of Iron Tails. My goal is to take this out with the Porygon. So he just ends up spamming Recover. Oh, if this was a Porygon 2 or a Porygon Z, this run would have got so much better. Right here, I'm going to switch this to Raptor last second because now I want to set up Metronome returns. So now I can take out the Raichu in one hit. Here comes Luxray. I'm going to have to switch out here back into Porygon as he goes for a T-Fang. And right here, I determined that it's just best if I sack my Porygon. I probably should have used Signal Beam there. However, depending on how much that Thunder Fang did, I was hoping I can maybe out heal it. But nevertheless, we take out the Luxray, and here comes Electivire, his last Pokemon. Quick Attack doesn't do too much to me, but I go ahead and use a Flamethrower. Thunder Punch almost kills me. But right here, I'm considering what to do. I go into Togekiss. I go ahead and I use Wish, as he almost takes me out, but I switch out to Staraptor, gets an Intimidate off, and then I'm going to go for a Return, which takes out the Electivire, proving that all those switches didn't matter, and I should have just gone for a Return in the first place. I was just scared of my Staraptor dying, honestly. But now I was scared that Return wouldn't kill it, but I did all that for no reason. Staraptor would have killed it easily. Here's our last rival fight. Spoiler alert. It doesn't go well for him. Right here, the Staraptor's just going to spam a couple close combats. It doesn't do a lot, and I can just go ahead. I'm thinking of Return or Brave Bird. I end up going for Return. So right here, we're going to go for Fly, take out the Heracross. Then we're going to go for Return, and barely not take out the Rapidash, but we're going to set up 2 returns straight. Right here, we're going to go for a 3rd return, and the Body Slam paralyzes me. Very, very unfortunate, but we end up going into Lopunny, and we can use Return. I don't want to go for Jump Kick because Jump Kick could miss. So, big ups for big strategy, big brain strategies right there. And finally, Empoleon, we're going to go for a Jump Kick, get a lucky crit, and right here, I can just go for a Return to finish it off. So now, my bad. We're about to enter the Elite Four. Here's my team going into the Elite Four. We got Togekiss, Encore, we got Lopunny, we got Blissey, and then we got Staraptor. I know, what a hype moment. I said that in the most non-hype way ever. But here comes Aaron. Like in the Fire-type challenge, he's a pushover. I actually went into this Elite Four at level 59. I forgot that the level cap is 62. That's what Cynthia's highest Pokemon are. And that's the level cap that I'm going to follow. I almost died the 2 Ice Fangs there. That would have been highly unfortunate. That would have been the run. Right here, we're just going to use Fly. Fly can miss, by the way. I don't know why I decided to do that. But lastly, Scizor goes for Quick Attack. Doesn't do a lot. We live in X Scizor, and we're able to take out the Scizor with a Flamethrower to move on to Bertha. This is where I level up my Pokemon to 62, because Bertha is a Ground-type gym leader and has part Rock types. And let me tell you, Rhyperior, Golem, very, very hard to scheme around. I have Grass Knot on my Togekiss for this reason. I end up going for my Wish Yawn Stall, and then we're going to go for a couple Grass Knots. Right here, I set up another Wish because the Wish Cache is now alive. Go for Yawn, get the Wish off. Then I go for another Wish. It's a little annoying, I get it, but now we're going to use a couple Grass Knots. I don't know why I went for Wish there. I guess I just wanted to be at almost the amount of health I could be at. Right there, I don't know why I used Yawn. Just Grass Knot. And then why did he use Fire? Oh my gosh, I'm such a... Why did I'm watching this back. Why did I do that? Look at the Grass Knots, just easily take him out. Why didn't I just do that before? God, I'm so sad at myself. I should have lost this Elite Four run is what I'm learning. Right here, we go for a return. I don't take it out. So we go into Staraptor. His Hyper Cutter prevents my Intimidate from working. Luckily, he was just going for Earthquake. Right here, I don't have a great switch. I have to risk a Stone Edge crit here. Luckily, he just goes for Yawn. So I end up finishing off with one final Brave Bird. And we are moving on to Flint. Why didn't I just Grass Knot twice? Why did I have to risk my Togekiss there? Why? Why, Xander? God, if you lost the run and had to redo it, oh, that would have sucked. Here comes Houndoom. We're going to use Close Combat. Ronald McDonald's going to send down Infernape. We end up taking that out with a Brave Bird. Here comes Mac Mortar. And once again, here is just me playing like a freaking moron. I'm going to go for Yawn. I live a Flamethrower. And then I'm going to go ahead and go into Blissey, I'm pretty sure. Although Blissy's just gonna come in to tank the move, I'm pretty sure. Hurry up and make the move, idiot. There is Blissey. I get paralyzed, which sucks. But I can send out Staraptor. I end up hitting it with a couple returns to take it out. I was scared of Magmortar Thunderbolt killing my Staraptor, and Staraptor is like the most important person on the team. I hate to tell the other people that, but it's just what it is. So we take out the red-haired dude, and we move on to Lucian, who, yeah, he's very difficult, normally. However, in this challenge, he's quite easy. We just gotta spam return with Staraptor. Again, the Metronome boost is huge, but right here we have to Brave Bird the Gallade. Alexam comes out, we outspeed it in return. Espeon comes out, outspeed it return. And lastly is Bronzong, and this is why I have Blissey. Because Blissey has Flamethrower. So we go for a Flamethrower, and we're able to take out the Bronzong before it can even hit me. So now, we are moving on to the Hot Blonde. Cynthia is hell. It's hell. But we're going to go ahead. We lead off with Blissey. Spiritomb only has special type moves, so we end up just spamming with Blissey. Here comes Lucario. I end up, I believe, let's see what I do. My plan is to go into Staraptor, use Intimidate. That's what it is. Now I go for close combat, take out the Lucario. I was dead to a crit right there, but in this fight, you got to risk it all. Right here, we go out into my Blissey. Right here, Aura Sphere. It's pretty deadly as it gets a crit right there, but I get a lucky freeze, and then he thaws out. But we're just going to be spamming Soft Boiled, and then using Ice Beam whenever we can. Right here, Cynthia goes for a full restore. How come she's allowed to use items in battle and I'm not? It's almost like I've just made it to where I couldn't, even though the game doesn't restrict me from doing it. But I'm going to blame the game anyways. Why does she heal and I can't? Alright, Togekiss gets a lucky crit. It got a ton of crits on me. I don't know what was going on. Here is Garchomp, the scariest motherfucker on the planet. Look at that thing. It is just a menace. I am shook to my core right now. But luckily, I have a plan. We live one Dragon Rush, we get a yawn off, and then I have to switch out. And I end up switching into Blissey to take the Dragon Rush, and unfortunately, it can't. Blissey was a valued soldier. I go for a Wish right here, and then I switch back into Staraptor to get full health. Very risky play. Luckily, it worked out. I thought the Intimidate would also make it to where he couldn't kill me, and I was right about that. Unless he got a crit, but again, we're not worried about dodging crits here. Right here, the Milotic almost takes me out with an Ice Beam. I knew I could live at that range, and then we're able to take out the Roserade with one final return, winning us the run. This was a very interesting run, full of a ton of misplays and a ton of moments where I should have lost the challenge, like the Bertha fight. But overall, it was super fun. Comment down below any challenge ideas that you guys have. I'm currently going to do a Pokemon Black and White 2 video where I try to beat the game without using new moves. So that's going to be super fun. Thank you all for watching. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you guys enjoyed. This was a very difficult challenge. I'm happy I got it done. Took a little bit, but yeah. Here's Jupiter. She's going to exit us out. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Until then.